I did a reading for regarding a message to families. So shortly after that, I ran into a video that had a brother on there speaking. He's known as a chief, and it was just, I mean, well, I know what it is, but, it's still sometimes it's shocking when in this realm of spirituality, and, you put forth things and things come to you, and, but I know how that works. But however, he had mentioned, the schools, and how the schools turn, is basically hell, Hell, and turn your children into devils. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So he spoke of the word school, and how it's a Yiddish word pronounced school. Okay. And let me see something here. Or shul, Shul. I mean, it's a lot of ways. He spelled it Shoal. Let me see something here. Because, see, this is, they be word spelling. And we got to know, we got to get into the, you know, the unseen, okay, the occult meaning of these words that they be casting us with. However, let's see here. So basically, Yiddish is Jewish, okay? So it says that the Yiddish language is a vibrant blend of German, Hebrew, Aramaic, and Slavic elements. Yiddish meaning Jewish in the language itself. Served as the vernacular for Ashkenazi Jews for approximately 1,000 years, while Hebrew was traditionally reserved for religious and scholarly contents. Yiddish became the language of everyday life, conversation, and storytelling. It is written using the Hebrew alphabet, but has its own unique grammar and extensive vocabulary drawn from various influences. Okay? So, the etymology of school. The etymology of school as a noun is a place of instruction. Middle English school, S-C-O-L-E, from Old English school, S-C-O-L, institution for instruction, from Latin schola, S-C-H-O-L-A, meeting place for teachers and students, a place of instruction. Also, learnt conversation, debate, lecture, disciplines of a teacher, body of followers, and sect, S-E-C-T. Listen now. A body of followers, and sect, S-E-C-T. Also in the older Greek sense of intermission of work, leisure for learning. This is from Greek skole, spare time, leisure, rest, ease, idleness, that in which leisure is employed, learnt, discussion, also a place for lectures, school, originally a holding back, a keeping clear from skin or skine, which means to get, skine, to get, to hold, O-L-E, by an analogy with bowl, a throw, stole, outfit. The basic sense of the Greek word is leisure, which passed to otios, discussion, in Athens or Rome, the favorite or proper use of free time. Then it came to be used for the place for such discussion. The Latin word was widely borrowed, in addition to Old French escole, French escole, Spanish escuela, escula, escule, Italian scuola, Old High German, scuola, German, Schule, Swedish, Skola, Russian, Shakola. The meaning, students attending a school in English, is attested from c. 1300s. The sense of school building is by 1990s. The sense of people united by a general similarity of principles and methods is from 1610s. Hence, school of thought by 1848 as an adjective by mid-1800s, pertaining to or relating to a school or to education. Okay, so what did I see there? Let's go to German. Schule, C-S-C-H-U-L-E. Schule. S-C-H-U-L-E. Schule, S-H-U-L is what is coming up on Etymol Online. So what it says is Shul, S-U-L, is a synagogue, 1874, from Yiddish Schul, Schul, from German Schul, Schule. See school, they pointing you back to school. Earlier, the word was Englished as school, School. Mhm. Now, from there, let's go to the Hebrew word Sheol, which is spelled Sheol. Okay. Now, this is just a variation of how they're spelling shoal, okay? And shul, so shoal with Choal, and then shul, S, no, my apologies. Shoal, Shoal, and then shul, Schule. See how confusing this can get? Don't make no damn sense. So then the Hebrew variation of that word as far as spelling is Sheol. And let's go to what that means. Now, this was connected, the Hebrew spelling, because it's just a variation of the spelling of Shoal and Schule, which those words mean school, what we know as School, right? So now let's go to Sheol, the Hebrew, okay? Sheol in the Hebrew Bible is the underworld place of stillness and darkness, which is death. Biblical text on a synagogue, okay? We saw that, but I'm going to go deeper with this here. Let's cut terms. Let's get out of that, okay? Now, we know shul, Shul, which is Schule, is a synagogue. Okay, that's the German word for school. Follow me now. Follow me now. Okay. And also, what was it? It said something about. So, shul now is feminine. Yes, it's a feminine noun. Interesting. And another way they're spelling that German wise is Skool. Okay. And we also know that school, School, as a noun is also a large number of fish, right? Group of fish or other animals, a band, a troop, a crowd of fish. And why am I saying that? Troop, multitude, uh, perhaps with the literal sense of division, to cut and compare Shoal, Shoal, the this azibilated form of the same word, okay? For possible sense development, compare section from secker to cut. Educate, instruct, also reprimand, discipline, reprove, especially to train or discipline thoroughly and strictly. Okay. Act of teaching, fact of being taught. What else? Okay, so I brought up the large number of fish because we know in the age of Pisces, that was the age of illusions. Okay, so that Piscean age, dealing with the fish. Okay, so this was part of the illusions. This was part of the conjure that they put over the people. Reason why I brought that definition of school up. Okay. And originally, it was a meeting place for teachers and students, okay? And then it turned into an actual, what did it say? Something about, let me go back to see if I can find it. A holding back, no, that ain't it. What did it say? Okay, because yeah, the basic sense of the Greek word is leisure, which passed to odios, discussion in Athens or Rome, the favorite or proper use of free time, free, that word free, then it became to be used for the place for such discussion, the place for such discussion. Okay, so it became enclosed when I'm thinking of in four walls, okay, in a box, where at first it was free. And where I'm getting at is when we homeschool, we are in a free setting, right? We can homeschool anywhere, and homeschooling can take place at any place in time. We can go to a zoo and homeschool. We can go in a forest and homeschool, okay? Because there's a lot to learn out in nature, right? Taking me back to before I get into the Hebrew word, the bear energy, the mama bear energy, being the protector, being the teacher. The mama bear is about motherhood, about resilience. It is about introspection, hibernation. It is about inner wisdom, okay? Setting boundaries and guarding what is sacred to us. Instincts, trusting our instincts, okay? And we knew how to face challenges and deal with challenges. All right. In that read, what came out was Queen Mother Nandi, intuition, right? Because she knew intuitively that her baby son was meant to be great. And her, the father, his family, did not believe her. They thought she was, a Looney Tune. And he did become what? King Shaka Zulu, a king warrior. You see? So now, let's get into this. Let's get into this. So, in the Hebrew Bible, Sheol, Sheol, look it up yourself, primarily refers to the abode of the dead, often translated as the grave, pit, or underworld. It is a place where both the righteous and wicked are believed to transcend after death. Now, what I'm getting from that is some people are able to transcend or, rise above that experience being in the dead, and some don't. Okay, while not explicitly described as a place of eternal punishment, Sheol is often portrayed as a dark and shadowy realm. So, Sheol as the grave. In many Old Testament passages, Sheol is depicted as the place where the physical bodies of the dead go, the grave. Sheol as the underworld is also presented as a subterranean realm, a land of darkness and gloom, separate from the world of the living. Sheol and the afterlife. In the Old Testament, Sheol is generally viewed as the destination for all the dead, regardless of their righteousness or wickedness. It's not a place of conscious it is not a place of conscious torment, but rather a shadowy existence. So Sheol in the New Testament, the Greek word Hades, is used in the New Testament to translate Sheol, and it is also sometimes rendered as hell, Hell. However, the New Testament also introduces the concept of Gehenna, a place of fire and judgment, which is distinct from Hades, Sheol. Okay. Now, Sheol and the resurrection. The New Testament also speaks of the resurrection of the dead, suggesting that Sheol's existence is temporary. Listen, and that there will be a final judgment and separation of the righteous and the wicked. And that's what I kind of got with the a final judgment and separation of the righteous and wicked. You see, and they want to keep you in that formity, especially with, some of them, they went from you can wear anything to school and then went into uniforms because they want everybody to think alike, to think like robots, have no mind of your own. You are not unique, forget about it. This is how they wanted our children to think. Okay. So they wasn't embracing their uniqueness. And don't you dare act like you got some smarts about yourself. Okay. Your smarts is going to be used for their good, is what I'm saying. They saying. Okay. To build their corporations. Okay. And make them money for their posterity. Not for your own good. So, to me, this is where they were able to kind of spot out the righteous. They became targets. Their families became targets. But they already knew. They already know that, at the time that you birthed into, their system. Now, this says, in essence, Sheol, as described in the Old Testament, is a concept of the afterlife that encompasses the grave, the underworld, and a realm where the dead reside until the resurrection. It's not exactly the same as the Christian concept of hell, though it is sometimes translated that way. So think about it. We have our children in a whole damn cycle of of their hell. 12 years. And see, we pass that to them. That's outsourcing. When we, as mothers, are supposed to be the teachers, teaching our babies, homeschooling. Okay. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Wow. And what did they do to the mothers to where we fell for this? Well, there was conjures put over us, our power, because we gave our power up. We gave away our power. Yes. Wow. They redirected our focus to where a lot of the mothers, their focus, they didn't make the children a priority anymore. Okay. And so this was just a toxic loop because, your parents did it, their parents did it, so you did it. And then you were teaching your children to do it, to send your children to school. Okay. And I kind of, went back and forth with the homeschooling and the public schools, listening to family. Okay. Because that's what it was. That's the only reason why I put them back in school, my younger two, because I was listening to family. Oh, try to go. Check. And then that's the last school that they went to was most definitely where I talked about they took a group of students, which one of my children was in that group that they thought was intellectual, okay, and they kept them in a circle together, okay, and still to this day, a lot of them are still friends. But see, they was molding something. They was conjuring up something with that. Okay, because like I said, a lot of the students, some of the students are dealing with mental, challenges, and then there's problems in the families. Okay, some of the students has betrayed their mother, mothers and or their fathers. Okay, in the household. Okay, so most definitely there was some type of witchcraft done over the family and over the home, especially if they felt that you wasn't complying or you was at risk of getting away, or the word here, resurrecting. Yeah, so I see it now. Okay, yeah, and then they were monitoring families, I felt back then too during that time, which I didn't know then. Okay, prying in your business. Okay, inviting you over to have conversations to get information. Okay, then getting information from the students. Okay, so that's what happened. So we got to snap out of it, mothers. Okay, it's our job, it's our duty. We have to snap out of it. Okay. Yeah, open up our eyes. And I think when I said that it was 29, 11. Okay. We have to connect back to the true source. We have to connect back to our origin. Okay. No. We have to take our power back, take our families back, take our children back. You see, because that schooling did quite a number on our children, and that whole corporate system, you know, having corrupting our children's minds to think that, in the parents' minds too, to think that, and I don't really like using the word parents because that's a corporate term, that's a banking term. Um, so, I go back and forth with it, But however, mother and father, um, what's that? Oh, okay. Made me forget what the heck I was about to say. Um, oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I forgot what I was about to say. I forgot what I was about to say. Um, but yeah, we have to take our power back, pretty much. Just to sum that up. But that was something, a little deep dive that I had to do because I'm like, wow, this is something. This is something to mother. This is something to take note of. You know, it just been enough damage done, and it's time for us to heal as families. Um, it's really time for us to come together and heal, or heal and come together and heal. You know, because and keep outsiders out. Okay, yeah. I think I mentioned with the Nine of Cups about privacy, um, maintaining our privacy. Okay, not making everything public, and stop making our children public and our families public, because that's not public business, that's private business. Okay, so we need to reclaim our sovereignty. Okay, yes, our power back as the people, as the tribes on the land. Take our land back and start, you know, taking care of Mother Nature as well, and honoring Mother Nature, because they told, you know, they just tearing it up, the land, just constantly just being reckless and a tyrant and just tearing up everything. Everything they put their hands on, they destroy. They so corrupt and just savage and just dysfunctional and just sadistic. It's just ridiculous, and we are sick of them. They've done enough damage. They gotta go. They gotta go. They got to get the fuck out of here. We don't need them. They need us. We do fine on our own. Get the fuck out our way. Because we are here. And we are here to reclaim our land. We are here to reclaim everything. It ain't shit y'all can do about it. And if you got any type of wisdom in that peon brain of y'all will get the fuck gone while you still can. Because we're not tolerating no more of your corruption. tyrancy here, destruction. We ain't taking it no more. So move, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, or you're going to get trampled over like the chariot. Because we rolling deep, honey, in spirit and in the physical. As above, so below. As below, so above, baby. That's how we rolling. Y'all know it. We taking everything back. Our spirituality and everything. Yes, all of that. We breaking the conjures. We breaking the spells. We breaking the curses. No, we know now. Intuition. I am knowing. The truth is my friend. The truth is our friend. We are knowing.